It's Tuesday, September 18th. Nishu Fogart, one of the three main accused in the gang rape of a former CBSE topper from Haryana, has been arrested. An army man is among the two other main accused, and raids are underway in Haryana, Punjab, Uttar Pradesh, Delhi and Rajasthan to apprehend them, as per the Special Investigation Team Chief Nazneen Bhasin. Two other accomplices were earlier arrested. The survivor was on her way to a coaching center when three men in a car allegedly kidnapped her and then raped her. The father of the young woman says she could have been raped by 8 to 10 men. There has been a 47% increase in the number of rape cases and more than 100% increase in cases pertaining to kidnapping of women in Haryana since September 2014, August 2015. Hindustan Times quoted statistics tabled in the recent assembly session as showing. The data revealed a 26% increase in molestation cases between September 2014 and September 2018. The Supreme Court has said it may consider ordering a probe by a special investigation team if it finds anything gravely wrong with the material used as evidence against 10 activists arrested in the Bhima Koregaon violence case since June. The court said it would examine the material collected by the Maharashtra police, which the government agreed to present at the next hearing on Wednesday. The house arrest of the 5 activists detained on August 29th continues till Wednesday. Even as Congress President Rahul Gandhi begins his campaign in Madhya Pradesh, which goes to the polls later this year with Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh, the contours of the proposed Grand Opposition Alliance remain unclear. BSP chief Mayawati is reportedly driving a hard bargain on seat sharing. The BSP has pockets of influence in all 3 states, particularly in Madhya Pradesh. On Sunday, Mayawati said, "My party is in favor of alliances, but only if they are respectable." She said her party was preparing for the polls and would not hesitate to go it alone if the need arises. In the recently held Lok Sabha and Assembly by-polls, Mayawati had helped Samajwadi Party and RLD candidates get elected, defeating the BJP. This is being closely watched because an alliance between the Congress and parties like the BSP and SP in this round of Assembly polls will set the template and lay the foundation for an understanding between non-BJP parties, particularly in the Hindi belt, for 2019. A woman who had anonymously accused US President Donald Trump's Supreme Court nominee, Brett Kavanaugh, of sexual assault, revealed her identity on Sunday, sending the US Capitol into a spin. In an interview with the Washington Post, Christine Blasey Ford, a professor in California, said that more than 30 years ago, when the both of them were in high school, a very drunk Kavanaugh had pinned her down to a bed, groped her, and tried to forcefully undress her while one of his friends watched. When she tried to scream, she said he put his hand over her mouth. "I thought he might inadvertently kill me," she recounted. While Kavanaugh has denied all allegations, Democratic senators said the vote on whether Kavanaugh can be appointed to the Supreme Court should be stayed till further investigation. Republican Senator Jeff Flake agreed. The accusation is a spanner in the works for the Republican Party. 53-year-old Kavanaugh, the president's choice to replace Justice Anthony Kennedy, is strongly opposed by some Democrats for his views on subjects like abortion. An advocate of enhancing the president's power to block criminal and civil actions against himself, Kavanaugh's appointment would certainly tilt the Supreme Court's balance towards the right in years to come. In an eerily similar case in 1991, Clarence Thomas, nominated by President George H.W. Bush to the Supreme Court, was accused by attorney and academic Anita Hill of similar sexual assault. However, in 1991, chair of the Senate Judiciary Committee failed to call additional witnesses to support Hill's account, and Thomas, appointed then, continues to serve on the Supreme Court today. Only 2 Republicans in the Senate need to side with the Democrats to block the judge's confirmation till an investigation is complete. Whether or not you will be able to buy bitcoins or transfer money from your savings account to your crypto wallet could be decided soon. In what could end the uncertainty surrounding cryptocurrency in India, the Supreme Court will today begin final hearings in the matter between virtual money exchanges and the Reserve Bank of India. Earlier this year, the RBI had issued directions to all banks to stop dealing with individuals or entities that operate with Bitcoin or similar virtual currencies. This move, Business Today says, was to ring-fence regulated entities from the risks associated with cryptocurrencies after it was observed that several companies had started dealing in over thousands of digital currencies, which the government and the RBI claim have no intrinsic value. The RBI had earlier issued 4 warnings against Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies since December 2013. Along with the Finance Ministry, it had made it clear that virtual currencies are not legal tender. So, while the government hasn't banned cryptocurrencies, here's how the central banker's role comes into play.
The central bank regulates your bank. This means it indirectly regulates your transactions to buy and sell bitcoins via your bank account. After the ban, the banks have 3 months to wind down their virtual currency positions.
So what exactly are bitcoins or cryptocurrency transactions?
Bitcoin transactions are digital, directly between one party to another, completely anonymous, transparent, and hack-proof. Bitcoins are not printed, they are discovered through a process called mining. Computers around the world compete with each other to mine bitcoins. To send or receive bitcoins, users must first have a Bitcoin wallet, which can be downloaded for free. All users are part of the Bitcoin network, where accounts are maintained on a vast public ledger called the blockchain, and each user has a copy of it. Each transaction is digitally signed for security. Everyone on the network knows about a transaction, and the history of a transaction can be traced back to the point where the bitcoins were produced. To maintain privacy, instead of names, randomly generated Bitcoin addresses are used. The Bitcoin wallet stores all Bitcoin addresses linked to one person. If A wants to send a Bitcoin to B, 4 things are needed: the record of the Bitcoin address used by A while receiving her Bitcoin from whoever, the amount that A wants to send, Bitcoin address of B that A will use to send the cryptocurrency, the private key for A. Once a transaction occurs, miners have to approve the transaction and put them into blocks for solving it.
Ready, set, go!
And Usain Bolt isn't just the world's fastest man, he manages to win races with as much ease in outworldly locations as well. Invited to a zero-gravity race aboard an Airbus A310, normally used for scientific research, the 8-time Olympic champion sprint floated to the finish line first, winning neatly over the other 2 participants. Well, you float race through today, and we'll see you tomorrow.